Let's start with a point of agreement. We should all be on Facebook. We should all be on Twitter. Most of us should be on LinkedIn. We already have a relationship with Google. Ed Weintraub here for Coney Media and Brooklyn Today. A few weeks ago, I attended a trade show that included a seminar directed at small business people where they were told how they can become more involved with social media. They all want to be involved with social media. They've read the papers, they've read the blog posts, they've heard about it, their kids are telling them about it. They know that they got to be in it to win it. They want to be involved. They need help. So of course there were consultants leading the seminar explaining how they can do this. And basically the formula comes down to this. Just the way you sit down every year and plan your budget for advertising and marketing. That's money and time. Sit down, have a business meeting, get all your key people together, and decide how much you're going to spend on social media, how much time you're going to invest on a daily and a weekly and a monthly basis on social media interaction, one-on-one with your customers. This isn't going to happen. This is impractical. 30 years as publisher of community newspapers has taught me this, that most small business people do not plan budgets the way corporate America talks about budgets. It's all seat of the pants, gut, and they look around, they see your newspaper, they see your website, they get a feeling for how much traffic there is, how it's working, whether people are talking about it, when they actually run an ad, whether they get response. In the end, it has to do with how much money's in their pocket in some cases, or like all sales, it's a relationship with the salesperson. There's no reason we should expect that small business people who never budgeted for advertising, who never had a real media plan until now, all of a sudden are going to become sophisticated entrepreneurs of media and figure out that they need a budget of time and money for social media. This is not going to happen. So how do we make something out of nothing? How do we get small business people active on social media platforms? There's 3 ways to go. First, we could do what those consultants suggested at the trade show, which is we set you up, we train you, you're on your own. The kids leave home. That's the best way to go. That's the pure social way to do it. Second way, you farm out the work. There's no sin in having someone speak on your behalf. For years, businesses have done this. You've hired public relations people, you've hired advertising agencies to create the image that the public would see of your business. To this day, there isn't a major business person, there isn't a government official who doesn't have a spokesperson who speaks on their behalf. Why should we expect that every business person is going to be able to interact personally with customers? You're running a business, you're running a store, people walk in the door. You can't necessarily see every customer. You make priorities for your time. With that in mind, it's not a sin to farm out this work if you can afford it, and if you take responsibility for looking over the shoulder of the person doing the work to make sure that he's doing it correctly because he is speaking in your name. Third way, this I'll call the minimalist way, the better than nothing approach, because you got to be in it to win it, even if you're in it on a low scale, and that is this. Get yourself on each platform. Be on Facebook, be on Twitter, be on LinkedIn, and check other places like Yelp, and there are plenty of other sites coming online that you need to be aware of. Be aware of these things, but don't become obsessed with it. Make sure that your company has representation on these platforms. Make sure that the URL and the stream names correctly represent your blog, your brand. This is very important because if you don't claim your brand, somebody else might, and it could be very difficult for you to get it back. So even if you're not able to post on a regular basis, even if you can just post occasionally, be there. So when someone looks for you, they find you, because when they're looking to do business with you, and if you're not where they expect you to be, you can very well lose the business. So don't be obsessed and overly upset if you don't have the time to tweet and post on Facebook an awful lot. Be there, check it out periodically, keep your ear to the ground so that if somebody's complaining about something or somebody has a great compliment for you, that you can take advantage of it. But just make sure that you claim your place in social media heaven, and do it now. Don't wait. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to get in. And eventually, if you start on that basis, you may find you like it. You may find you have a little extra time at night or on the weekend. You may find you have a son or a daughter or a cousin or another friend or relative who can help you with this, who could become one with you in relating to your customers. It's very important. Don't ignore social media, and don't be intimidated by the high demands that some of the experts are putting on small business people to do it all from the beginning. Do what you can, get your feet wet, get started. I'm Ed Weintraub for Coney Media. Thanks for listening.